Hello, our great students. How are you? I hope you are fine and everything is great. Do you remember what is our big question? Yes, great. It is why do we buy things? Why do we buy things? And what are your answers? Yes, great. And now let's do a quick revision for the simple past. Please watch carefully in order to answer the questions. Okay, the driver almost duck. Didn't notice, noticed, not noticed, or wasn't noticed. What is the correct answer? What do you think? In the simple past? Yes, great. Sean licked the cabbage and it wasn't like, didn't likes, liked, or didn't like. What do you think? Which one is the correct answer? Yes, great. Didn't like. Look at here, Sean the cabbage but played with it. Ate, not ate, didn't eat, or didn't ate. What do you think? Yes, great, didn't eat. The sheep, we have a blank here, the cabbage and the fleece at first. Didn't found, doesn't find, didn't find, or not found. Yes, of course, didn't find. Great. The sheep, a goal, so they built one. Didn't have, not had, don't have, or had not. Great job. Didn't have. So, do you remember what is the form of the simple past? Yes, great. We use verb to with affirmative sentences. With the negative, we use didn't plus base verb. Yes, great. Do you remember your childhood? Look at the questions here. How old were you at the time of your first memories? For example, do you remember your first day at school? Can you tell us about it? And what did you like to do when you were a child? Okay, can you tell us your personal account or personal narrative? Personal narrative. Personal means related to you. It is about you. And narrative or account means a story. So today we're gonna learn how to write personal account, stories from your own life. Now, in order to write a personal account, you should write stories that are based on your own memories. Your own memories. And to write a good personal account, you need to follow some tips. Let's see tip number 1. A good personal account must say how you felt about the experience. So you have to describe your feelings. And we use the first person point of view. I, me, and my, because we are talking about ourselves. And have a beginning, middle, and end. So your text must have beginning, middle, and end. Let's see tip number 2. Don't forget to add details to your text. When, where, how, and who. So you have to mention details about your experience. Let's see tip number 3. Look at here, we have past, 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 past. So we have to use simple past, verb to, because we are talking about actions that happened in the past and finished. So use simple past, which is verb to. Let's see the last tip here. Mention how you felt or what you learned from your experience. How you felt or what you learned. So now let's recap how to write a personal account. Look at here, we have a beginning. Tell the reader who, what, and where, and give a little background information. In the middle, the most important part, how the experience happened. And at the end, the outcome or the summary or the conclusion. What happened after or as a result of the experience. Don't forget to say how you felt or what you learned. So we have beginning, middle, and end. Okay, now let's read a personal account in your class book, page 71. This is your class book, page 71. Look at here, we have a personal account. This is Rami's personal account. Let's read it together in order to find out what is the correct answer of this question. And the question is, what did Rami learn? Don't touch. I went to a big toy exhibition with my family last weekend. It was fantastic. There were toys you could play with and toys that were just for display. They were too valuable to play with. We weren't allowed to touch those. After lunch, I was looking at a huge statue of a dinosaur made out of Lego bricks. It was amazing. There were ropes around it, so you couldn't touch it. I was just looking when a little boy climbed under the ropes and touched the statue. It all fell to pieces right there in front of us. The little boy panicked. His parents were so embarrassed. The man who built the statue was very nice. He said the boy didn't mean to break it and that he would start building it again. But I learned a lesson. Never touch something that says don't touch. Never. So, what did Rami learn? Yes, never touch something that says don't touch. Now look at number 2, read again and answer. Look at the questions here. Look at number 1, where was Rami and his family? What do you think? Can you find the answer? Yes, and what was special about some of the exhibits? Okay, number 3, what exhibit was he looking at after lunch? And number 4, what did the little boy do? And number 5, how did the boy's parents feel? Yes, okay. Let's check your answers. Number 1, at a toy exhibition. Number 2, you could play with some of the toys. Number 3, a huge statue of a dinosaur made out of Lego bricks. And number 4, he climbed under the ropes and touched the statue. Number 5, they were embarrassed. Okay, great. Now let's see question number 4. We have to match the features with the colors and the text. So let's see number 1, a personal reaction to the experience. What do you think? Is it the blue one, the pink one, orange one, or a green one? Yes, great, the green one here. And number 2, who, when, and where? Which paragraph? What do you think? Yes, great, it is the blue one here. And number 3, the memorable experience. Yes, it is the pink one. And number 4, the outcome, what happened as a result. Yes, great. Here, the orange one. Very good. Great. Now let's go to your activity book. Page 56. Activity book, page 56. Let's start with number 1. Read and complete the big right tip. Use the words and the box. Look at here. We have example, middle, author, past, and interesting. Let's read together. A personal account tells us about an experience that the author has had. It is written in the first person, I, me. It uses tenses. What do you think? Which tense do we have to use in personal account? Yes, great, past, of course. So it uses past tenses to describe what happened and lots of adjectives to make the story. Yes, interesting. A personal account usually describes an experience that was interesting or unusual for what? Yes, for example, a new experience or an experience in which the writer learns something. The story is told in the order that it happened, with a beginning, a, and an end. So, yes, great, a middle. Time phrases are used to make the sequence clear. So we have to use past tense, a lot of adjectives, and time phrases. Okay, great job. Look at question number 2. Which idea in each pair is a better topic for a personal account and why? Okay, in order to write a good personal account, you have to choose a topic which has a lot of details, events, and feelings. So look at number 1 here. Which topic is better? My first day at school or my school timetable? What do you think? And number 2, what I had for lunch today or how I discovered my favorite food. And number 3, places in my town or the day I got lost. Okay, let's check your answers. Look at number 1, my first day at school, because lots of things will happen and the writer can make it interesting by describing how they felt. Number 2, how I discovered my favorite food, because this will involve a story with events and feelings. Number 3, the day I got lost, because this will involve something that happened and how the person felt. So we have events, feelings, and a lot of details. And let's see number 3, answer the questions to add detail to each scene. So here we have to complete the scenes. Look at number 1, it was my first day of school. Mom waved goodbye and I walked towards the school. And look at the question, what was the playground like? How did you feel? So do you remember your first day of school? Okay, try to complete the scene here, please. And look at scene number 2. At last, it was ready. Grandma put the dish down in front of me. How did it smell? And what did you do? Please complete these two scenes. And now look at number 4. Plan your personal account. Use an idea from activity 2 or your own idea. Look at here again. We have to write beginning, middle, and end. Beginning, tell the reader who, what, and where. Give a little background information. And in the middle, the most important part, how the experience happened. At the end, the outcome, what happened after or as a result of the experience. And don't forget to say how you felt or what you learned. And don't forget, use time phrases and use adjectives, and of course, verb too. So this is your homework. Please write a personal account of an event or experience from your own memories. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much. See you later.